The first armed school marshal training class in Texas started today at Tarrant County College. After a lot of early interest in a new state law allowing armed marshals inside schools, just 7 school districts signed up for the first class. Fox 4's Phil Alvarado reports none are from Dallas or Fort Worth.
That's the sound of the first line of defense.
Identify that it is an active shooter event and that they're there to serve that purpose, to stop the killing.
School superintendents, teachers, and a coach are in this first group training to be school marshals. After a wave of enthusiasm over a new state law that allows armed marshals in Texas schools, there are only 7 in the first class.
Before people jump on that ship or boat, they're probably going to go, hey, let's talk about this and figure this out first before they actually send somebody and spend the money and the time.
Other factors may be that school districts are still developing new policies. Someone in the school has to be willing to take on the responsibility. The schools have to be confident in who they choose, and they have to be approved by the Texas Commission on Law Enforcement.
So go ahead and aim at that X.
Firearms instructor Rafael Perea says the Sandy Hook shootings demonstrated that teachers are very capable of also being their students' protector.
When an active shooter event occurred, they were there to protect the children, and that's their, they turned the mission from learning into protecting. And I think that's one of the things that these individuals have to take home with them.
This class has room to train 20 school marshals, and the expectation is that other classes will begin filling up as districts get used to the reality of having armed marshals in their schools. Perea says the school marshal system makes sense because even though police have a good response time, the average is 3 minutes.
So while we're waiting for those 3 minutes, these school marshals can engage the suspect and hopefully stop the killing sooner.
Now, people in this first class did not want to talk on or off camera, and we also didn't identify them because similar to the Sky Marshal program, we're not supposed to know who they are when they're in their school function. Now, some Texas school districts already use the school guardian program. That's a program where the school district can elect to change the policy and allow someone with a concealed handgun license to carry a gun at certain school properties. Steve?
All right, Phil, I know we can't know for sure why 7 school districts were represented today and not more. There was, as you mentioned, a lot of interest initially. How about the cost, though? Is it cost prohibitive? Would the cost have kept people away or districts away, do you think?
Well, I think any school district that thinks they need this kind of protection is going to do it no matter what the cost. But for smaller school districts, you're talking about a $400 cost for the class, 2 weeks of hotels, lots and lots of ammunition, and of course that time away from work. I think the thinking right now is that they're just going to see how it works out for others. They do have the school guardian program. About 79 school districts use that right now. But here you're talking about a program where educators are specifically trained to take on and take down an active shooter in their school.
Understood. We'll see how it evolves over the coming months. Thanks, Phil.